Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about muscling up, or muscle up Buttercup, we called it. So sometimes that can feel very impossible, and we might feel like we're not a gym junkie, or we might feel like we don't know how that's possible. So it's like we want to clear some energy around that and your ability as you get older to retain muscle and to actually grow muscle. Now, sometimes that's not the easiest thing, and sometimes it might be a challenge, particularly if you're physically challenged or time challenged or emotionally challenged by this. So, I wanted to, get some things clear so that we can do it. So, is there anything in particular that you uh, feel like is there part of your body that's complaining, telling you that things are not okay? Or is there any place in your body that's telling you that it needs attention? Or do you feel like you need attention? All right, so let's start with the heart chakra. All right, and we're going to start with frankincense oil. So frankincense oil is the oil of truth. Hi, Jenny. So you're mid-back, okay. That would go with the heart chakra, wouldn't it? All right. Frankincense supports in creating a healthy attachment with one's father. It assists in spiritual awakening and helps individuals feel the love of the divine. When they have felt abandoned or forgotten, frankincense reminds them that they are loved and protected. While this oil is incredibly powerful, it is also gentle like a loving father who nurtures, guides, and protects. Frankincense shields the body and soul from negative influences and assists the soul in its spiritual evolution. Enhancing practices of prayer and meditation, this oil opens spiritual channels that allow an individual to connect to God. Through the light and power of frankincense, the individual can draw closer to divinity, healthy masculinity, and the grandeur of the true self. Good morning, Elizabeth. So, good morning, Jackie. I'm just going to look up a few affirmations for frankincense as well. All right, my consciousness is expansive and I create new perspectives based in light and truth. So I like that, isn't it? Sort of changing our view on how things can be. In times of shock or trauma, I honor my requirement for protection and invoke the presence of my inner protector. I quell the mental agitation and worry caused by the cacophony of my thoughts. I still my mind, dissolving the distraction and the mental chatter into peaceful silence and certitude. All right, so if your head's going a bit too busy, maybe you could use frankincense to just bring a little bit of peace, bring yourself back to a state of meditation and contemplation rather than just blah, 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 which we can all be in a state of. The world is a very busy place now, and it's easy to get into that state. All right, so we're going to go into T5, which is between your shoulder blades. All right, you need time to become aware of your emotions and to work through these rather than simply stuffing them down because they're too hard to deal with. There is too much pressure and stress on your body because you do not pay enough attention to it and your emotional well-being. All right, so T5 is also the wiring to your pancreas. All right, let's jump up into the crown chakra. All right, so I'm worthy of divine love and protection. I guess, when we're parents of little kids, we don't want them to ever suffer or to experience difficulties. But that's not a very, very realistic way to live life, is it? Because it's like we want to bring up resilient kids. So we want to teach them to face their problems and have a go at their problems and, trying to find solutions for things. So divine love and protection is, yes, you might go through this difficult thing, but we're here with you. You don't have to feel that no one's got your back. Yes, it might be difficult things that you're facing, but I guess it's like the refiner's fire. We're just getting experiences in which we are placed in the refiner's fire and the impurities are burnt off. I connect easily with the life and the people around me. All right, I accept my body signals in perfect harmony and rhythm. All right, hiding underneath is a virus. All right, so viruses can be purely physical. They can have an emotional component or they can have a spiritual component. So in this case, there's a spiritual component. So it's like when we have entities or bad team influencing us, they don't want us to think that we can do good or we can improve or that we can get through whatever difficulty it is. All right, so we'll say in the hypothalamus. So, uh, sometimes it's about us actually not thinking well, but sometimes this is about bad team wanting us not to think well. All right, so now we're going to go into the brow chakra. All right, I easily see the truth. So what is the truth? All right, we're going to jump up into the ninth chakra, which is the lunar chakra. So it's above the crown chakra. All right, so, and the oil spikenard comes up. So spikenard is about gratitude, and gratitude even for the difficult situations. Like sometimes we have some really awful situations that we have to get through, and we can feel punished by them, but it's not actually a measurement of us. It's the opportunity to grow. Right, by opening the soul to acceptance and gratitude, spikenard assists individuals in seeing the deeper meaning in their lives. It supports them in feeling joy and happiness for other people as well as for themselves. It invites individuals to expand by fully letting go of resistance, anger, and blame. Gratitude is an expression of complete acceptance and abundance. A grateful person is content with what they have. Spikenard teaches individuals to be grateful for their challenges as well as their blessings. It also assists individuals in transcending through their sorrows, through being grateful for their present life circumstances. Through complete surrender and acceptance, the soul may be brought into peace and harmony. Good morning, Susanna. All right, and an oil that we could put with that is Immortelle or Salubel. All right, so spiritual insight Immortelles or Salubel. So Immortelle is a wonderful aid for meditation as it quiets the mind, fortifies inner stillness, and encourages spiritual growth. These oils are gentle yet powerful. They assist in the release of negativity, darkness, and limiting perceptions. This blend can mitigate spiritual blindness and other spiritual issues by offering profound light to individuals. So I want you to see that to be able to physically grow, we have to also spiritually grow. So it's like I guess like I began my gym journey, probably 2019 when Monique wanted to get herself fit and looking good for her formal. And we had a trainer come to our house a couple of times a week. And I think I've mentioned this before. He took a picture of me trying to squat, which is pretty pathetic. And I tried to run and I could not. One leg kept collapsing. So it's like, oh, hi, Kathy. Good morning to you. So it's like wherever we're at, it's okay. You don't need to punish yourself where you're at. All we want to do is to take small steps and improve, isn't it? And sometimes the steps can be a bit better or more upwards. Sometimes we go back a couple. That's okay. So, like every time you try to do something that's a little bit challenging, it's like you almost have to talk to yourself and thank your body for doing what it is that you're asking it to do. So it's like your body and your spirit have to be united in believing that you can improve or things can change. All right. So anywhere in your body that you can feel the energy is stuck. All right. We're going to go into the 8th chakra now. Oh, Elizabeth says low immune. Okay. All right. Top abdominal area. Thanks, Jackie. What comes up is in this earth chakra, which is about being connected actually to the earth. Like it's the first chakra is like our feet and the lower body and, around the lower part of our spine and pelvis. But the 8th chakra is actually into the ground. So we're actually connected to the earth. Good morning, Elizabeth. Okay, so believing that you can make a difference. Now, sometimes we just feel like we're not making much difference at all, and especially when we're a little bit, I don't know, a little bit depleted. It's hard to believe that you can make a difference, but you do. Even by your trying, even by you having a go, you do make a difference. You make a difference to others to see you trying, to see you not giving up. Zuzana's mentioned the 2nd chakra. Thank you. All right, so now we're going into the aura, layers of the aura. So the 7th layer of the aura. Which is about mental and spiritual connection. So leaking energy. So something from age 6. Okay. So breathe in and out. All right, something from age 2. Some stuck emotions from age 2. All right, unresolved fears. So what were you scared of when you were 2? All right, layer 2 in the aura, which is about our emotional body. So stagnant energy in that layer 2 of the aura. So age 5. Right, layer 5. All right, so a tear in the aura. Age 26. Breathe in again and out. Right, Celtic weave. So it's like there's your body constantly weaves its energy. It's like that ABC symbol, the light just keeps going around your body and reweaving your energy. So there's a particular area that perhaps is not reweaving. So lower back. The pelvis at the front. Which I think in this case connects into that second chakra. All right, so the second chakra is about our sexuality and, balancing money, sex, and power. About our feelings, how we feel about life. All right, I love and accept myself exactly the way I am. So loving and accepting ourselves exactly the way I am is important to, we can't move forward until we accept where we are. It's like we have to be okay with it, warts and all. Once we accept, then we can take steps forward. So we're talking about muscling up. So it's like we have to accept where we are, whatever our state of fitness is or isn't, or how our body is or isn't. That's where we are right now. And we have to accept and love our body because this is the reality for us. And so then being willing to improve is a possibility after we accept. All right, I have the power to choose in any situation. All right, so growth and learning. All right, I allow myself to grow. All right. Also, I grow through others shining. I like that because it's like we're allowing other people to influence us for good. All right, so I'm going to talk about the immune system. All right. Right, so what's stuck in the immune system is thinking, what is the point of this? Feeling like you're struggling and not getting what you want. All right, so Divine Healing Intelligence, I ask you to release all stress, insecurity, conflict, manipulation, resistance, frustration, and self neglect from my immune system, as well as all points of view, positive and negative charge, and all patterns that contribute to this condition. And then you can repeat clear. And then she talks about shaking. This is Ina Siegel's book. So she talks about shaking your body, shaking out all the stress, the suppression and the tension. So do this vigorously for 30 seconds, then rest for 15 seconds, breathing slowly and deeply. Repeat this process 3 or 4 times. She said to make this process more fun, put some funky music on and shake to it. Divine Healing Intelligence, please install feelings of security, stability, clarity, ease, and joy. Give me the courage to live my life the way I would love. Thank you. So then she says, to help you improve your immune system, place your ring finger and little finger on the tip of your thumb, extending the 2 remaining fingers. Hold this position between 5 and 15 minutes. If your immune system is really down, you might like to practice this process 3 times a day. And Divine Healing Intelligence, please heal and regenerate my immune system to its maximum health, vibrancy, and well-being. So which book? So this is Ina Siegel, The Secret Language of Your Body. There we go. All right, some stuck emotions. All right, so the emotion that's coming up is belief in the worst happening to you. And I guess that we've all had some horrendous experiences in our life, and we would never wish them on anybody, and we wouldn't wish to have them again. But we could also say, what have I learnt through these experiences? And there is always very powerful, or there are always very powerful lessons contained in these experiences that are difficult. Right, another stuck emotion. All right, what's coming up is unwilling to change for the better. Which is an interesting thing, isn't it? I feel like often as I learn things, I have to change. I can be a bit unwilling sometimes, but I know it's for the better. And sometimes we want to fall back into old habits. So it's like having a look at why we're falling into the old habits. How are we comforting ourselves? Why do we need that extra piece of bread? Or why can we not pack ourselves off to bed on time? All right, so an oil. Right, Clary Calm. So Clary Calm is the oil of vulnerability. So this blend works as a powerful emotional stabilizer, especially during menstruation or menopause. It releases emotional tension within the reproductive organs and helps release the expectations of suffering and dread related to the monthly cycle. In short, Clary Calm encourages emotional intimacy and vulnerability. All right, so we want to use that to be receptive. Okay, so Jackie says that's a hard one. Elizabeth says I use that oil a lot. There was a book by Leslie Kenton. It was called Passage to Power, and it was about menopause. And she was talking about how she started using her muscles more when she went into menopause, and how all these memories were stuck in her muscles. When she started to use her muscles, all these things came out. So I guess it's the same for all of us. There are memories and experiences, even shocks that are contained within different parts of our body. So as we move our body, I guess it's the opportunity for these things to shift. Passage to Power, yeah. Leslie Kenton. Right, so let's go to the throat chakra now. All right, I allow others to experience their own emotions. Because sometimes we can have the feeling of, oh, that's a bad feeling. I shouldn't have that feeling. And we guilt ourselves about our feelings. But every feeling is the opportunity to think differently or to expose things that have been stuck. So I remember when, you used to watch Biggest Loser sometimes, and they would lose massive amounts of weight, and then they'd have these big meltdowns because I think as the tide went out, all the shipwrecks that were buried underneath were exposed. And so it's like you have to deal with the shipwrecks then. All right. I allow others their opinions and judgments. I accept God's love and forgiveness. I'm increasing in mental awareness and health. I enjoy social community. I think it's good to have other people that we are inspired by too, isn't it? And sometimes we inspire others. All right, we're going to go back into the brow chakra. All right, I'm insightful. All right, and let's say I'm able to release all the trauma stuck in my muscles. Right, so if I'm asking I'm able to grow my muscles, or is there anything preventing me from growing my muscles, there's some stuck feelings. All right, so feeling unwelcome. So sometimes we can feel unwelcome in our family, or we can feel unwelcome in our work, or we can feel unwelcome in our own body. Sometimes we feel like our body's having a dummy spit at us, or sometimes we're making our body feel unwelcome. And I guess each emotion that we feel and each experience that we have is the opportunity to get to know ourselves better and to understand what is stuck, and the opportunity to unstick things. This is in the crown chakra. It's okay to peel away the layers and expose the real me. All right, so more in the crown chakra. All right, I allow others to support me in times of need. I like that one. All right, so we're going into the radiant circuits. So radiant circuits are like the inner mum. So when a system is down, the inner mum will take action and support whatever fuse is not working. Having trouble finding a page. All right, so let's say my children forgive me. I forgive myself. Right. I live within my healthy limits. Right, something in our neck, not right. So C5 is the sugar circuit. Right, so sore throat can come up here with C5. So Jackie said, I've felt my kids compare me to other mothers and I think I've done things differently for them. Yes, because what works for one kid might not work for another. So it's like it does have to be individual, isn't it? My mum used to always talk about Dr. Spock apparently wrote this book about, parenting children, and he it was pretty strict apparently. So, but Mum said his kids said you didn't love us. So I guess, how one person thinks it should be done is not necessarily right for another person. And, you know, in the end, it comes down to your relationship with God and how He helps you be a parent or grandparent, or how He helps you, to make peace with your body and to allow your body to grow and develop and, to become stronger. I'm getting emotionally stronger every day. Physically stronger, yes. Emotionally doesn't hold yet. Right, age 8. And some of us, some people had abusive siblings. Some people got bashed up every day of their life. And their parents were unable to control the bully. All right, so we can go into the 10th chakra now. I think as mothers, we can feel very vulnerable. And when we compare ourselves to other people and we look at other people's kids, especially if they, have had different problems to ours, we can feel less than. So it's like trying not to measure ourselves on other people's families. Allowing some encouragement, but not allowing ourselves to be beaten down. Oh, so Jackie says, I ran away from home, age 8. Oh. All right, I'm protected, loved, wanted, and desired. So this is generational baggage from mum's mum, so birth mum's mum. All right, I'm grateful for my senses through which I experience my journey. All right, so let's go into the grid. So, all right, something from age 16, which damaged your base grid. So it's like your base grid is like a bookshelf that all the chakras sit in. And so when we've had a shocking experience, whether it's physical or emotional or even spiritual, it's like the grid says, I'll take the hit, and it splits. And so then the chakras don't line up properly. So where were you? What were you doing? And what happened when you were 16? All right, also hooks. Oh, Jackie, all right, my brother gave me a golf ball to my forehead when we fought. So you had a bully brother. Okay. All right, so the hooks are from a female when you were age 36. So we're just going to ask to release all the trauma from your body and your mind and your energy field from your brother. Big breath in and out. All right, some stuck emotions. What's coming up is unhappy with this time of life. I think the good thing as you get older is you care less about what other people think. And sometimes it's like letting go of the patterns of people pleasing or, trying to do what makes other people happy, which I still struggle with. Uh, wanting everyone to be okay. So what part of this time of life bothers you? Is there a part that you feel is stuck? Is there a part that you want to change and you might be struggling to change? All right, so now we're going to talk about boundaries for a minute. So my boundaries always serve me even when others disagree. And sometimes we have to agree to disagree. All right, so Jackie's finding it hard to have the responsibility of her dad. Yeah. Right, so we're just going to check in on the exchange of energy with your dad. So let's say I give love and honor, respect, and somewhere to stay to my dad. Yes, he's able to accept that. Yes, he gives love and support and respect and honor to me. Not really. And if he would do that, I would be able to accept it. Yes. So this is your dad's stuff in his genes. So his dad's dad and the women on that side of the family tree. A lot of women, 53 generations of women. And some stuck emotions from all these people. Feelings of self-rejection. All right, so Jenny's saying, Mark not moving on, lack of grandchildren to love. Yeah. All right, so if I say I forgive Mark, yes, I forgive myself, no. So often we hold ourselves responsible for our children's failure to move on or grow or launch. All right, so let's go into our solar plexus chakra. This is about feeling that we have the power for things to change. All right, I'm worthy of love, kindness, and respect, regardless of what I have done. I'm able to see past my weaknesses and allow them to become my strengths. And I think this is a very powerful affirmation because we all dislike our weaknesses, but we're given weaknesses. There's the opportunity to make them strong. You know, my legs that didn't want to squat, they've become stronger. They're not perfect by any means, but they're better than they were. So I guess seeing, that other people have their problems and not necessarily taking it on. We can be encouraging, but not read it as our problem. All right, so a stuck feeling for Mark. Feeling unable to be in control of own life. So this has got a generational component from Mark's dad's mum and the women on that side. 93 generations of women. Sometimes if we don't have our own grandchildren, there are other children around us that lack grandparents, and sometimes we can be the surrogate grandparents to other people's children and grandchildren. And, practicing our skills until the time is right for us to do that. So some people are amazing at supporting other people's families, even though it may not be blood relatives. All right, I know that I am a powerful and a wholesome force for good. And each of you, I know that. I know that you're each wonderful, beautiful people, and you are a powerful and wholesome force for good. And sometimes the bad team don't want us to be aware of our power and allow us to use our power. So it's like they say things to us which we think is us, and they talk us down all the time and tell us this isn't the right time, or you can't do it, or, oh, do you really believe you can do that? Like, all this negativity is not you. I choose goodness, light, and love. And I, ask God every day, who do you want me to help? What do you want me to do? And He will provide someone, and you will make a difference to people. It might not be a big thing that you do, but your willingness to be the Saviour's hands is amazing. Alrighty. So our next Energy Works get together is on the second of August. So you're welcome to come. You're welcome to bring a plate. You're welcome to bring a friend. We're just going to socialize a little bit, have some nice healthy food, and also clear some energy if we need to, and just be a little community together. And our next Energy Works is an advanced one, which is the 4th to the 6th of September. So if you've done Energy Works and you'd like to learn a little bit more, you're welcome to come and just hang out with like-minded people. All right. Thank you, Susanna, and thank you, Jenny. Thank you, all those that commented. It really makes such a difference to me when there's some people to work with. So, mwah to you. Have a beautiful day. Jackie says, have fun. I can't make it. Thanks for today. My pleasure. And Elizabeth said, thank you.